Good. What's the program for today? We will have a bunch of Ethiopian specialists from Ethiopia, of course, informing you firsthand about the local situation in the country, which regions are open for traveling, and what do they offer to the travel industry? What are the tours on sale at the moment? That will be the core of our presentation today. I would like to introduce Benjamin, my colleague, who is going to tell you a little bit more about the Ethiopia Travel Specialists. Benjamin, the mic is yours.
Thank you, Theo, and also from my side, a very good morning. I'm happy to be with you and guide you through some slides now. What is Ethiopia Travel Specialists about, what we are doing at the moment, and on which channels you can reach us. Let's have a look together, a short and brief introduction into Ethiopia Travel Specialists. Yeah, first of all, you may already know our website, ethiopiaspecialists.com. This is a place where you can connect with really qualified and carefully selected destination management companies in Ethiopia. They present their tours, their short stays, their special interest products in Ethiopia there. And well, our key feature is, of course, our database. You see it here, Meet the Specialists. Here you will find direct contacts to all our Ethiopia travel specialists. You can get in contact with them, ask them questions, talk about offers, tours, and trips in Ethiopia. So you have a direct contact to them. I think this is really a very nice feature, a practical feature also for your work, of course. When we go on, what I would also like to mention is our mailing list. We send a bi-monthly newsletter via email. It's free of charge. You will kept updated regarding all developments in Ethiopia, the Ethiopian tourism, the trips, the offers, and our activities, of course, within the group of Ethiopia Travel Specialists. And then, of course, also our LinkedIn channel, Ethiopia Travel Specialists. You may already have seen it. Have a look on it on LinkedIn as well. You have the contact to our specialists there. You find updates and news, nice pictures, and what is also quite important, nice stories, nice photos directly from the field in Ethiopia. This is what we really recommend to you. So have a look after the presentation, after this online panel discussion, and I give back to Theo.
Yes, I'm unmuted again. Thank you, Benjamin, for the brief introduction about our initiative, the Ethiopia Travel Specialist. Good. Maybe you can show me the next slide, Benjamin. As you all know, in Ethiopia, the government of Ethiopia declared a state of emergency by the 4th of August this year, because there were some unrest in certain parts of the country. The state of emergency has a duration of 6 months, and that means that up to the 4th of February next year, 2024, certain parts of the country are not open for travel. Not open for travel, that's a point of discussion. But as you all know, the retailers in Europe who sell the products to the country and to the people in their countries, they are sticking towards the official travel advices. And the travel advice at the moment, at that moment, instantly went into certain colors, like the traffic light you find on the streets. Red areas are not open for travel. Yellow areas are, yes, open for travel, but please take care. And the orange areas are only open for necessary travel. What is necessary, okay, that depends a little bit, but this kind of colors are also related to travel insurances. So that means that if your clients are traveling into an area which is red, then they are not covered by their travel insurance. If it is an orange area, it will become difficult to get insured. yellow areas, of course, it's not a problem. So you can see here, this is the map at the current situation at the moment. You can see some yellow areas over here. And hopefully you can see my cursor. It is mainly to the northeast and to the southwest, which is open for traveling. There are some areas like Addis in the middle, which is a bubble, and it's declared safe to travel. And also here, Dire Dawa and Harar, there are yellow dots. So there are some spots which are declared as open for traveling. Maybe Benjamin, you can show me also the next slide. This is the map as it is actually published by the Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office, the UK institutions. They have a different color scheme, but still the situation is more or less the same. Some areas open for travel, some areas are absolutely a no-go area, and some are disputable. Okay, so looking at that map and looking, maybe you can show me the previous map, Benjamin. We do have an issue, of course. As the tour operators, our Ethiopian travel specialists want to offer a lot of their tours, and simply the market is not willing or not taking that offers. They can only, let's say, travel in certain areas of the country. Of course, the all-over round trips, which is a fantastic product for the first timers, is not open for sale. So what is on the market for sale? Which areas can you travel and what do they offer? And did they have actually clients? So some of these Ethiopian specialists said, yes, definitely, we want to share our opinions, and we want to share our experiences to the retailing tour operators, to our partners, especially in Europe. So they said, okay, of course, in previous interviews, we said, okay, what do you have on offer? One of the tour operators is Tesfa Tours, Mark Chapman. I saw he's in the panel. Mark, you told me that you changed some of your tours to, let's say, new areas. And you mentioned something about the Guraji Highlands. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Thanks a lot, Theo. Yes, and hello, everybody. That's true. We're, let me put on the video. You can see me here in the office. Yeah, we're still operating trips. Obviously, as you pointed out, the key areas in the north, Lalibela, the Simien Mountains, Gonda, Bahadar, are out. And we've really started refocusing the trips we're offering to areas to the south and east as well. You mentioned Harar and Dire Dawa, which are open. But the exciting thing we're doing, and perhaps this is a positive spin from a disastrous situation. You know, for years, tourism has relied and evolved around the historic sites in the north of Ethiopia. And now, along with several other tour operators, we're having to rethink that, at least for the moment. So we've started developing a homestay program in an area called Guragi. On the map, I think you can all see Addis Ababa with the square in the middle. And if you go down to the southwest from that, you can see Waliso, which is a town near a known volcanic crater, Wanshi crater, which is to the north of it. Well, the area in yellow to the south of Waliso, where Waliso is actually written, that area is the Guragi Highlands. It's been part of what was called SNNPR Southern Nations. These are being redefined. It's now called a Central Zone, I think. Along with some of the other areas around there, it's been clumped into a new zone, or a new region. But it's outside of Oromia, which has its problems, which is why there's a lot of orange down there. And obviously, it's well away from the conflict in Amhara region. This is an area of really beautiful countryside, fairly heavily populated, but they've got these circular tuples with thatched roofs. And the people there, their culture is very well advanced, defined. They have probably the most famous culinary food in Ethiopia, famous for kitfo and other things. They cultivate this pulse banana called enset, and a lot of produce from the mats that are woven from the fibers to the bread that you eat, and a sort of porridge in the morning. This is all made from this enset plant. So it's a bit different from the injera culture around most of Ethiopia. The houses are spotless quite often, and they entertain guests because the Guragi people are known to, they've gone around Ethiopia. Mercato typically was full of Guragi traders. They've set up businesses all over the country, but they come back for important festivals like Mescal. And so their families are used to entertaining people who come back. They have mattresses, they have guest houses, they have clean long drop toilets. So what we've been looking at is creating a homestay product where you visit these villages, you walk through this stunningly beautiful countryside at altitudes around 2,000 to 2,500 meters typically. Stay in the houses, they have their dancing, their food, their music, coffee ceremonies. They make a local araki, which is not super strong, but very drinkable. It's a lot of fun. So we're looking at promoting a 3-night, 4-day trek through this countryside. Along with other partners, we're also offering cycling, mountain biking, because it's great scenery and landscape for that as well. And what we're trying to do is incorporate this into trips that take people further south. Again, in the yellow zone, you can see Arba Minch by the lakes there, which is the gateway to the South Omo. And above it, there's areas of countryside in the yellow, beautiful mountains again. So we're looking at linking this Guragi homestay trip with trips further to the south, as I say, around Arba Minch, the South Omo, around Awassa and Sidama, where there's a nice lodge and beautiful countryside as well. Or even the Bali Mountains, which on the UK map is in the green. Again, you can see Goba on the map, south of Addis, and Sheshamani. So the area between Goba and Sheshamani is the Bali Mountains, which is a safe area for travel. We're taking people there fairly frequently. And even the lodge there should be opening again in the near future. So that's the sort of update from that side of the country.
Fantastic, Mark. I mean, so definitely, I heard an initiative that also one of your colleagues was mentioning, setting up a community hiking and guest house project. Marco, Simian Eco Tours, are you there?
Yes. Good morning, everyone. I'm here. Yes.
Hi, Marco.
Yeah. We have, as you just mentioned, this kind of a project in the same area, Gurage. So that's the region that actually me, Marco for Desfa Tours, and Bogale from Dynasty discovered as a Ride the Rift. We have this partnership, and we went there for the first time already 2.5 years ago. At that time, we were then also busy with sending clients to other regions, but now somehow it's everything limited. So that's why also we are focusing a bit more to Gurage. We have seen it is a beautiful, it is a big, so there's a potential to work there for everyone. Mark is doing this kind of homestays. We are at the moment doing more camping, and as soon as we have some funds, we are aiming to build their community guest houses.
Nice.
So it's a similar area what Mark already explained. We are also using Gurage as a stopover for sending clients to the south, because that seems to be the safest area at the moment, and it is exactly on the way. Yeah, that's
nice.
That's our plans.
No, it is good to hear, and of course you mentioned already cycling. You organize, that's more or less already famous. You organize also tours in Ethiopia, cycling tours. Did you have to change the itineraries now because of the situation, or do you still have them on operation?
So we are doing cycling trips since several years, mostly before the conflict and even before Corona. We sent them to the north because clients still wanted to include Lalibela, the Seaman Mountains, destinations like this. But we have seen there's a lot of potential also in Gurage and in other places closer to Addis. These are places that we discovered as Ride the Rift. So at the moment, of course, we are not carrying out cycling trips in Amhara region, but to other parts, yes. So we had to shift this full Ride the Rift. We discovered these areas. We have the packages ready online on our website. So everything is set. And we even have for the coming weeks, we have a few groups which are going there to Gurage for cycling. And this Ride the Rift trip, we had cycling and hiking a trip just 10 days ago, 1 week ago for Mescal.
Nice,
So
nice.
we are operational for this.
And what was the experience of those guests? Because I mean, you know, it is, yeah, in this time, it's everybody wants to know. So what did they see? What did they experience?
The feedback of the clients is very good. I would say, as usual, on our trips. Some of the clients, they have some concerns in advance, especially about the security. But we as tour operators, we have contacts in every corner of the country, all over. So before we are checking already the planning phase with them, and even until a few days, the day of the departure, we are in constant touch with our contacts just to make sure that the things are really safe. Some of our clients, especially those who are living in Addis, which are mostly joining these trips, they have constraints from their employer. That's in that case, we cannot do very much, but at least with talking to the clients, those who don't have these constraints, most we can convince them to join our trips. And in the end, we just see happy faces and satisfied clients. They enjoy it.
Yeah. And that's good, and it's also good to know. But that is for practically all of the Ethiopian specialists. You use a lot of local guides. You use a lot of people from that region, which gives a certain, let's say, more better entree to the local situation, I guess.
Yes, as we have to use local. The local community, especially for this type of trips, where we are doing very often camping. So the campsites, this campsite need a certain number of staffs, from the cooks to the dishwashers, helpers, guards, fixers, and so on. And these are mostly locals.
Yeah. And that is good to know, because of course the locals are depending on tourism in this respect, and so they are also fostering this source of income. That's good to know. Thank you, Marco. There's another tour operator who also offers tours to Gurage, and who actually had clients over there recently. Dynasty Bogal, can you tell us a little bit more? I'm calling Bogale from Dynasty Tours. Bogale, yeah, you're on mute, please. I can see you, but I cannot hear you. No, I think you have problems with your mic. Can you try again, Bogal? No. Okay, Bogal is out for the moment. Maybe he's going to join us again. Okay, no problem. We will come back to Bogale. We also have another tour operator who currently hosted guests in Ethiopia, Yama Tours. Tariku, can you tell me what were the experience of your clients?
Yes, good morning, everyone. Well, our experience so far, we have had some clients has been doing a tour in the yellow zone, the southern part. And it's been working so far good. It's okay. We didn't have any problem. It was a booking that we are having for many years from a particular company that they send the people to a specific region, which is only to the south. And it was the last group was in end of July, and it was successfully executed, and the clients were happy. And now we are having more people coming in end of October. So that part of the region is working so far good, and it's okay without any problem. But some brave and people who has been booking before COVID and has been waiting for a long time for the situation to come back normal, but they are tired of it and they decided to come. So we have now some interesting French people that are doing tours in the red zone, which is Bahar Dar, Gondar, and today they are in Samin Mountain, and they will be going the day after tomorrow to Lalibela. I've been following up the situation on the ground with my local guides and suppliers there. Well, even though they cannot be 100% sure, so far it's going well. The only challenge we had with this tour is we have to do it through the flight only, which make it very expensive and costly. But in terms of stability and doing the tour as normal is so far 95% is okay. So still it's going on well, and the next destination of this French people that we have now on the tour will be to the another northeast yellow zone, the Danakil part.
Yes.
And also we've been following all the situation on the ground. So far it's all okay. Again, the issue, I mean the challenge we're having with this is we have to do it through the flight, because if we do it through the land, it will be driving through Oromia region, which has some risks too. So we are avoiding that. And also from some local news that we're hearing some positive development, and we hope in the next few months the situation in the northern Amhara region might improve. So we are discussing with some of our partners in Europe that are planning to send groups in January, February. So they are in about of 50% booking confirmations, which is kind of good hope. And yeah, this is what we are experiencing right now. And I'm also happy to share once this French group travel aims and their experience, so that will be a good report for us to know what's going on the ground.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. So two important things you were mentioning is that okay, these people, they were really well persisting on going into that area, especially Lalibela. They are flying into and Ethiopia Airlines is flying.
Correct. Yeah, Ethiopian Airlines are flying on all destinations, including the red zones. Flights are operational, and also the sites on the sightseeing on the ground is also open, and you can do the tours without any problem. The only problem you have is if you try to do surface tour from Addis to, let's say, one of the destination to Bahar Dar. In between, there are some instability that we hear. So that's the issue. That's a little bit, you know, especially for Europeans and other country tourists, they might have some risk that can happen anytime. So insurance issue would be the otherwise. The accessibility so far hasn't not been an issue.
Okay, so but that's at least a positive thing to hear, that the Ethiopian Airlines is flying, and that the destination sometimes it's a kind of a bubble, but it is open in a way. But you have to be on top of it, and that is I mean the general issue also for you as local operators, that you really have to carefully watch the situation on the ground, as it might change any moment. and having the flexibility also for your clients to change if things are not open for travel, so to say, not safe to travel. So that is good. I see a hand from Peter. Is that correct?
Yes, Theo, it's me. So Bugal just said in the chat that his audio might be working. So if you're ready, you can loop back to see if Bugal can speak.
Yeah, sure. Happy to. Thank you, Tariku, by the way. It's good to hear that you have some clients on the ground who are, let's say, guinea pigs for all of us and checking on the situation. And well, it's good to hear. Definitely, it is not for the masses, but it is, well, they are the front runners, you know. So somebody has to be the first. Thank you very much. Okay, Bogal, show me the technique. Is it working? Good morning. Maybe you're on mute, Bogale. I can see you. I can see your face, but I cannot hear you. No, sorry. We have to try again, Bogale. In the meantime, I think we were talking about the south. We were talking about this Guraji area already, and it is also let's say a trunk road towards the more south destinations, which are on yellow. An expert in those tours to the south is Jared. I think, Getch, are you online? Jared Tours? We're switching all over. GetNet, are you online? Can you inform us a little bit about your products?
Theo, this is Peter. I'm seeing that Getch in the chat just said, sorry, he had connection problems, but it seems better. So he is around, but he was also struggling. So I think let's give him a couple of seconds just to see. Getch, I do see that you're on mute. So maybe if you can hear me, try to unmute and let's see if we can hear you.
That is sort of an issue. Okay, the one in the meantime, Marco, you mentioned something about a community guest house project in the Guraji area. You're investigating the possibilities, of course, with the local people. What's your idea? What's your idea about that and the progress?
Yeah, the progress is the following: that we started some paperwork, but currently we are looking for some donors. It needs to be funded by someone, because after this almost 3 years of crisis, first Corona, then the war, we don't have the financial capacity to stem this project by ourselves. So we are looking for some help now at the moment. That's what is blocking us at the moment to move forward. For the rest, yeah, it's as you just mentioned, the area that we selected are these Gurage Highlands. We are planning to start with 2 or 3 guest houses there, which are at a distance, one from each other, between 12 to 15 kilometers, more or less, which is the ideal distance for a hiking day trip. 1 full day hiking. So the idea is that you can do there multi-day hiking and trekking tours.
That sounds nice. Okay, in the planning phase, let's say discussing with the local tribes, with the local people, in order to set it up. Definitely an interesting place, also because it's a stopover towards the south. Your company is called Simeon Eco.
Yes.
And I know that also. I mean, you have a crunch on the Simeon Mountains. I mean, that's one of your favorite areas. What is the situation there? And I also happen to know that you have a lodge over there, or can you inform us?
No, there's no lodge of ours around there. We started working in the Simien Mountains, mainly hiking tours and trekking tours there, because I have some Ethiopian partners which are from that area. So that's how we started, and what we also know to do really well. But throughout the years, I mean, we became experts all over the country. So we are offering tours all over Ethiopia. We have an office in Gondar, which is helping us normally doing hiking trips in the Simien Mountains. At the moment, we have the problem there that the office is not really operational because the internet is cut down. So that's a bit of a challenge for us. So at the moment, it's only our office in Addis Ababa, which is operational.
Okay, so and also the tours to the Simien Mountains is a no-go area.
Yeah, actually, my partners there tell me that from time to time, maybe every week, 1 or 2 times, they see a backpacker coming around there. So somehow people still manage to go there. But the thing is, you never know what happens because from one day to the other, a road could be blocked or an airport could be closed. That's the unfortunate situation that we are in. So people could get stuck. I don't that there is a big physical risk for the visitors there because the conflict in the end is a political one, and tourists always have been kept out from these things. But in the worst case, you could get stuck for some days in a place. Backpackers do not really mind about that, but of course, professional international travel agencies, they have another attitude. They cannot really offer Amhara region at the moment. But if you give me 2 minutes more, I also would like to tell you another experience which I made. That was actually 1 or 2 months ago, still in August, when the conflict just erupted. We had 2 Italian clients which had booked a tour with us to the north, a classical trip from Amhara region, including Lalibela, Simien Mountains, and so on. We had to inform them that it was not possible to travel there. So what did we do? We offered them an alternative to the south, and they accepted, yes, because they had already, of course, booked the international flight, the visa, everything was set. So just 1 or 2 weeks before their travel, this thing happened. So they traveled with us to the south, came back satisfied, and they were happy. And then they said, next year we want to return and travel to the north. So for us, this turned out into an opportunity. We took advantage of this because instead of 1 tour, now we have 2 tours with them. I mean, hopefully they can travel next year to Amhara region. But for us, we took this advantage that we have unexpectedly 2 bookings now with the same clients. So that's something which I suggest to everyone, both Ethiopian tour operators, but also international partners, if they are listening. First option for us always should be, because we don't want to lose the booking and the advance payment that they maybe did already. We offer something alternative, which is safe. That's the first option. Second option is to postpone the trip. Third option for us, canceling. In some cases, we need to do that, but that's for us the last option. The preferred options are the other ones, which I just mentioned an example of it.
Yeah, but again, I mean, what I'm hearing here is your expertise, your knowledge on what's happening on the ground, your feedback from your local people, which is helping you to get an impression about the situation. And your flexibility in this respect to as a tour operator to adapt or change itineraries on the spot if necessary. I think this is a big advantage for the Ethiopian specialists as a group, because all of you are licensed and let's say experienced, unfortunately also due to the situation, which is it's coming back and back again. So yeah, flexibility, safety, and being a professional operator and telling what is possible, but also what is not possible, giving a good advice to your client. I think that's very important. Okay, let's again try to get Bogale online, if it is possible. Bogale? No, I don't hear him.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, I hear you, and I don't see you, but that
Okay.
doesn't matter. I mean, to have a sound that is good. Bogale, tell me, you had some clients previously. Is that true? And now he's gone. Bogale, you're on mute.
I'm so sorry for these technical problems. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Hello.
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
yes, I had clients last week in Grage for 3 days hiking and staying in the lodge there at Agana at the Sale Lodge. Introducing what's in Gurage, what are these products found in Gurage area, I think described by some of my friends, especially my colleagues with Ride the Rift, Mark and Marco. But if you ask me about their experience, I think it would have been better that Marco if you can share us, Theo, if you can share those photos and even the reviews these people gave us, I sent you already.
Yes, but
collecting that from them. It would have been great if you can share that on as a feedback on this.
I cannot because I cannot share the pictures at the moment. We are having technical problems with that. So you have to tell us firsthand about their experiences.
Yeah, well, they had a tour, but it's couples, Philip and Beth from Germany. They made a nice review explaining their experiences and, of course, the flexibility we gave them. They had a 3 days trekking and with the beautiful nature, these waterfalls and, of course, the forests and the beautiful village of Gurage. And they had really a nice experience on the Gurage culture also with their village visit, interacting with the community of Gurage, those welcoming people of Gurage. So the first day they drive from Addis to Agana via Wolgite and just of course staying in the lodge as I told you. After check-in, they proceed their hiking in some of the beautiful areas. So they did a 3 days trekking as I explained to you. But before that, it's just to say something about what's going on in the north, specifically on Amhara region. You know, if it is really closed or totally open for tourists is, as you mentioned, is a discussion point that we have to discuss because we have people who are attending the actual situations. Of course, if we refer this state of emergency issue and if we are talking about official things, yes, you are right. It's not really possible to go because of these advices. But if you ask me practically, we still have people going and visiting the areas, and we have no reports of visitors having troubles around these places, to be honest. Yes, and it's impossible to say that the state of emergency will stay up to February, you know. According to situation, the state of emergency can be also shifted. And it can be, be shifted even earlier, or of course, we don't know if it can stay longer if things are being worse. But our expectation is, not that much that it will take a long time. I had also a roadshow in Belgium and the Netherlands last week. I met with so many people and they asked me about what will be going on and are we able to come for the Ethiopian Christmas and for Timkat and things like that. And I give them a positive feedback. You know, of course, still it's possible to visit as long as you decided to come, as long as you take risks, mainly as long as you are not following the advices from your embassies or the travel advices from your embassies or even the official declaration of this state of emergency. But otherwise, practically, it's possible. That's what I have been also advising most people. Regarding the north, because they are well connected with flights. Flights are still operating in that area, and on the ground also problems with tourists have never been reported so far as my information is. Yeah.
I mean, better, but of course, you know that the situation it's better that the tourists are not harmed in this way or affected. but better safe than sorry. I mean, we have to be sure, you know, we're not taking any risks if we cannot oversee the effects of it. So it is good in a way, and it is also the fact that it is restricted officially. If people are going in that area themselves, yes, I mean it is on their own. So that is something definitely what we are not going to advise to do, not as an organized tour. But it is good to hear that there is hope. In the meantime, I see a lot of chats passing by about specific destinations, areas which are safe, what is the situation on the ground, etc. It's good that you as Ethiopian specialists are open for any kind of contact. And of course, you can do it via chat, but it would be even better if you will be approached directly by the people who are interested, the tour operators who are interested to know about that. They know where to find you. All your contact addresses are on the site of the Ethiopian Specialists. Okay, I'm again trying to thank you, Bogal. I'm trying to contact to Getch of Jared Tours. I hope we can get in contact with him. Getch, are you there?
Yes.
Yeah, you're there. Good. Good morning to you. Getch, can you tell me something about tours to the south, the deep south, especially your specialty to and your link to the Hammer tribes? Hello?
Okay.
Getting it? Can you tell something about your tours to the Hammer tribes?
Can you?
Oh.
Yes. Here.
Yeah, we can hear you, but the sound is not very good. Yes, please try again. No.
How about now?
Yeah, now it's slightly better. Can you tell a story about your products to the Hammer? Getting it? This is not going to work. Sorry, it's not going to work. The connection is too bad. It's not working. But we did some review on your tours. You offer getting it? No, I think better to mute. Okay, thank you. Okay, so Jared Tours is offering a 2 to 5 days treks to the Hammer tribes, and it is based in. They stay with the local people over there. They work with local guides, and also what they have in their program is that there is, let's say, a kind of interaction between the tourists and the local people over there. Some remote places, some really original places where they don't see that many tourists again. And that is the specialty of Jared Tours. Let's see, we also have other tour operators on board who offer tours at the moment. Hagere Tours. Can you jump in? Ethiopia Hagere Tours. Jirum? No. Nahom of Pleasure Tours. Nahom, I see that you are in. Yeah, you are in the room. Nahom,
yes, dear.
You also have tours on offer, but no clients yet. But can you tell us a little bit about the tours you have on offer?
Yeah, since the historic part is a bit of inconvenience partly, so we switched it to offer to Harar, southeast, and to the southern part in the Omo Valley as well. We still have booking for January, hoping that it will be better during that time. So even though the things that we are offering, especially in the interactive tours, people are very interested. But so far, there was only one booking which was included with the historic part. But because of the instability, it was cancelled, and their timeline was not didn't give them a convenient options to continue, so they postponed it for another time. But there is also a very good interest and tendency to use these options, and they're happy to do it next time.
You
So
also,
we're doing
yeah?
what we can to give them different options. It's also a good learning for us to give multiple options, plan A, plan B, as Marco had said earlier.
Yeah.
So that's also one of the learnings we get from the scenarios.
You mentioned previously that you are also now offering.
And also, we had a city tour.
Yeah. Yes, please.
Okay. I had a city tour, but it's from Japan, and they were very much interested with that they had experience in Addis a while ago, but they saw the changes, which is a dramatic change, as they said, and they show a big interest to come up with their friends using a word of mouth with a good positive impact in the future. So which is a plus for us and for Ethiopia as well.
Definitely word of mouth. Okay, you offer city tours, you mentioned, and previously also you mentioned that you offer an excursion, a day trip to Debre Libanos Monastery and Jemna Valley. Is that correct? That tour is on sale?
Yes.
All right. And to Harar, it's a flight excursion?
Yes,
or
it was with yeah, the excursion part, it's on a short duration that I made. The Debre Libanos is a day excursion, but the Harar and the Wanji, I made it on 2 days because for those who doesn't have much time to have such experience, it's also iconic Harar as a historic part of historic route. So that's why I added the recent experience with the Debre Libanos is a couple from Sweden, which was also very tantalizing for me and for them also. So that was a highlight for them. It was a very few days, a city tour and an excursion to Debre Libanos. So there is also a hope to boost longer duration in the future. Yeah. So that's a hope also.
Yeah, definitely. And also to Harar, you use the flights of ET Airlines, I think, huh? Hello, Naom.
Sorry.
To Harar excursion, you fly in, I think, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, we have a kind of a
yes.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
We fly the morning flight.
Yeah.
We do the morning flight, straight drive to Harar, and then have a city tour. And then the next day we drive back to Harar to the railway station. And then in the afternoon flight, we fly back to Addis. The late flight.
Nice. Okay, so that tour is on offer. Okay, good. Thank you, Nahom. FKLM, Mola, I saw that you're also present. Good morning. Mola?
Hi, good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Hi. Good to see you, Mola. Yeah, we're all fine. Thank you. You also have some tours on offer, and you mentioned that you will have clients. You have a reservation coming up?
Correct. And do you mind, can I share a screen? It's going to be only 2 slides so that I will be able to see to show them up as well.
Yeah, sure. Sure. I hope it is technically possible because I cannot share myself, so I have to ask Peter.
Okay.
No, it should be fine. Mola, you should be able to take over.
Okay,
if not,
thank
just
you.
let me know.
One second, sorry. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, but that is not 2 slides. I saw a lot of slides, so you're taking my time. You're taking my time. So it'd rather be interesting, my friend.
Okay, so right here. Okay, can you see now? Just this one. Yes.
Okay.
So going back to your question, yes, we have 2 trips. So one was planned kind of a combination trip of birding wildlife combined with the historic knolls, and one is a typical birding tour. So unfortunately, the historic knolls last minute, we were hoping that the situation would improve, but unfortunately it's not. And these clients are actually a couple who are traveling to the north and as well as for birding. So finally, we were requested if we can include the southern part and also more of focusing again birding wildlife, which somehow helped us as well to consider other destinations, as you can see in the map. So most of the birding routes are relatively safer, apart from Ankobel currently, which is still part of the Amhara region, as you can see. And then the fact that the request to amend the northern part to the south helped us, one, to include Jabara Chutra. I'm sure my colleagues from Ethiopia would understand the potential Jabara Chutra has. And so we are going for 3 days, 2 nights. We are adding that. And then we also went to, we are adding Arbamij and mainly the Arbamij area. So, so the fact that the northern is not safer, or apart from the safety, because of the FCDO travel warning, we are forced to change to the south. And so that will include about 17 days. Then, so going back, it will be from Addis to Arbamij, Arbamij to Sodo, around here. Around here, I believe. And then Sodo to Jabara Jutura, and then come back to Awasa. Then to Bale, Langano, Awash, and drive back to Addis. And we'll have also 2 days to the Sululta Plains and the Libanus areas. So
and you drive everything? Everything is by car?
Come again, sorry?
Everything is done by car, by land transport?
Because it's, as you can see, 17 days is, it's a good number to visit for most of the areas.
I can imagine, but what about the safety situation on the roads? I mean, we just heard that the risk is between those specific areas.
Around these areas, one of the no-go area in Oromia region right now is around Mekele Borena, in which we have intentionally removed it from our itineraries. Under normal condition, that's also one of the hotspots for birding. Otherwise, and the area, for example, from Addis to Arbamij, it's relatively safer in a way. It's crossing Gurage and all the way, as my colleagues were trying to explain. And Arbamij as well is one of the safest areas currently. And also the Jabara Jutra, again, it's one of the really developing destination. And also in terms of safety, it's much safer than most places, even in our programs. And the Rift Valley area, for example, Langano, well, it's relatively safer again. And Bali, as everyone has been talking, Bali is as well one of the safest places. And also nowadays is the most frequently visited national park in Ethiopia right now. It's because, one, it's safer. And Awash National Park, yes, there were some security incidents in these routes. But for the last few days, at least, it's relatively safer. Just to add one, we have a dedicated QHS auditor in our office who would normally assess the situation on the ground and who, if we are forced to change because of an incident during the trip, we will be forced to do rearrange the trip. And of course, we are always extra alerted nowadays than before, as you can understand.
Okay, but where are your clients coming from?
So I was still talking about one. They are, I think, British American, but living in Singapore. I'm talking about a couple who have switched from the historic to the environment Jabara again. Those are from Singapore, okay, Singaporean nationality, and the other
Singapore nationality.
Nationality, yes.
Okay. I'm just asking because of the insurance thing, because I mean, certain travel insurance companies, they don't cover that area. So you really have to be aware of that. I guess you are informing your clients up front that.
True, and in fact, we found the clients to be really well informed. We were on the same page in that case, and of course, the insurance covered them. That's the reason we have agreed to include the southern. Parts.
So in cooperation with the clients, tailor-made adaptations of the tour, but constantly informing them about the day-to-day situation, if it is safe or not. Yeah, that is good. Okay, thanks. Good to hear you. I saw that, thank you, Mola. I saw that Getinet is online now with a different connection. Can we try Getch? Are you there? No, I saw his chat, but I don't hear him. Okay, good. Okay, we're about to close this session, my friends. I saw some questions coming up. Most of them are already answered in the chats. I don't know if anybody of the audience has specific questions and wants to speak out.
Yes, me. Can you hear me, Theo?
Yes, I can hear you, Getnet. Yes, please. I hope the connection will remain like this. Okay, now we're online. Can you briefly tell me your products in the south and if you have recent clients over there? And now he's on mute. Getnet, you're on mute.
Yes, I hear you.
Yes, please. Can you answer us?
Yes, I'm answering. So anyway, thank you. So with all the situations now, as area tour, we have decided to have our temporary office, also one more in Arbaminch, and we are committing our tours from there. I just came back also from traveling in areas where we developed a new trekking route, and also in Hamar. And we recently had clients, and also now we are having 2 groups coming to the south and also to Bali. So mostly we are focused, not mostly in the north part. It is a bit difficult with the situation, as we know. Then so we decided to focus actually where we are based in Arbaminch, and to commit all the trekkings and also the day trips in around Arbaminch. So we are getting clients like expats and also some travelers from Europe. And our clients so far, they are happy. And I am leaving also for a trip now in 2 days to Bali Mountain and to the south. After that also we have one more client coming for 2 weeks. So far we are good, and our clients, they are happy with it. And
that sounds very good.
Yeah, we do offer also city tours in Addis, but we are more focused on the sustainability. So we are developing more trekking, less driving, and to be very strategic with the security situation. People, they just fly to Arbaminch, and then they take our community trekkings. We have also, so these are the areas where we have to avoid, and we are less driving and more trekking. And people are happy with it. Also, some people, of course, they are asking us our cars, so we moved them to Arbaminch. and our strategic place. So instead of, you know, all the time we get requests to the north part and to the east and this, then later on, you know, we have all to change the itinerary, and people, they are tired of, you know, the questions and possible to come. So we are focusing now in the south part, and we see it is developing more nicer. And so I have now a tour operator coming from Europe to travel with me, especially to see the new destinations together, like, you know, Jabara Churchara and like Lalakela. We have other new destinations, but we are more focused not on the luxuries, but more on the community based.
Sounds good, Getch. I mean, yes, of course, we would like to have more clients, and that I speak on behalf of everybody. But the situation as is,
so far it is.
Sorry.
The situation. Hello.
Yes, please.
Yeah, the situation. Yeah, because I'm not only just dependent on my local guides. I'm going myself. I'm traveling with my clients, and also I can guarantee the 100% information, not sitting at the office in Addis and asking information on the local guides. So I do I try to join all the trips as much as possible. Then I can witness myself the security and the tour, especially for us, is very important, sustainability, because we are not only just offering the tours. So we are discussing with the communities. We have, I traveled also to Europe. I met some tour operators. They are also coming in January and February. They are getting from us a booking. So we told them honestly our strategy and the situation on the ground here. So they are really happy, and they are agreeing with the reality here on the ground. So they are also focusing with us to the south part of the country, especially, you know, starting from Armament. The rest part, it is the Omo Valley, and so they appreciate that we are honest. And so later on, we'll see the development in the north part, especially. Then we will continue, because we don't want to risk anything. We cannot predict the situation. So for us, the safety comes first, and also the community as well, how we do benefit them. Yeah, so far we are happy, and we have also a new destinations soon coming online. I just came from there. It's a very nice area. Nobody is accessing it actually so far, but it is in the Omo Valley and the Highlander side, not only in Hamar. So we are 100% we are focused in the south part, not only Hamar. So far we are happy, and we are working on this.
Great. Thank you very much, Getch. That is news from the field. So, and I think this is very interesting to hear that even in this, let's say, not so flourishing periods, that you're still working on new products, still working on how to develop the tourism, how to regain it, especially when it comes to the local community. To bring it back, because of course they suffer the most from this, because they don't see any income from tourism at the moment. Neither has you. So that means that being flexible, being honest. You mentioned that as well. Being honest to your client, being honest to your retailing partner, and telling what is possible, but also what is not possible at the moment. And yeah, definitely at the moment the situation is like that. We hope for better times. Marco, you raised a hand. You had a question, or is it already answered? Marco, you are on mute.
No, I think this is Mark. By mistake, I think he used my link to connect. So we are connected 2 times with the same name, but it should be Mark.
It should be Mark. Okay, good. Anyway, yeah. So you're sharing the cost. Okay, good. That's sufficient. That's sufficient. Good. Mark, you had a question? You raised the hand.
I just wanted to mention, you know, there's a lot of talk about the north, and the chat I've had. Also including Tigray, which is obviously the extreme north, and the situation there, as Marco, like it says my name is right now, both went up there one time together. I went up there another time. And we've had clients up there. And I know our guides have had some other clients. The situation is okay up there. I mean, it's not great in a long-term situation for the region at the moment. There's still ongoing challenges, which particularly are on the border areas. But the areas that we would send tourists to, which is the Geralta rock churches, the community trekking a little bit north from there, near Adigrata, between Adigrata and Hausen, and then the Axum area. These areas are okay for tourists to visit. The hotels, there are some hotels operating. The guides are desperately keen to show people, and the area is peaceful. So although the travel advice, I think the European travel advice has it orange, the British travel advice has some roads orange, but other areas red. But actually, the internal part of Tigray, away from the frontiers, the borders, is safe for tourists to travel to at the moment.
That's good to hear, and thank you very much for this information, latest update on the situation in Tigray. You've been there with Marco on a field trip, the M&M brothers. We will call you like this now from now on. But that's good to hear, because situation is changing every day. Fortunately, in Tigray, the situation seems to be a little bit more stable and improving in a positive way. So that is also a good thing to know. Okay, so I want to. There are no questions anymore. I don't see any raised hands. No. Okay, then I would like to thank you all for participating in this online panel discussion. Hopefully it was informative. Yes, definitely the country is in a kind of a problematic situation at the moment, but there are some options still, and we all hope for a better future. Hopefully it will arrive soon. Anyway, if you want to be in contact with professional operators offering tours which are on the market and which are open to areas which are open for travel, then don't hesitate to contact one of these Ethiopian specialists, a group of 18 endorsed tour operators. And hopefully they showed also not only their professionalism, but also realistic view to the situation, honesty, and also flexibility. So and that is a good partnership, hopefully, for the future. Thank you very much for joining this session, and we will update you about further news through our website, ethiopianspecialist.com, or through the LinkedIn site. And if you haven't registered for the newsletter, please do so, and you will be updated regularly. On behalf of my colleagues, Peter and Benjamin, thank you very much for joining us, and hope to see you soon in this beautiful country. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks to you. Goodbye.
Bye. Thanks, everyone. Goodbye.
Have a great day, all of you.